All right. Okay, guys, I'm going to show you how to do this delicious honey cornbread. So you want your oven preheated to 400 degrees, and I've had my skillet in there, and it's good and hot. I'm going to get it out, and I'm using about a 10-inch cast iron skillet. I put just a couple tablespoons of oil in that skillet while it's heating up, because when I put my cornbread in the skillet, I want it to sizzle. I want that crust on the bottom, okay? So I want to set this skillet right over here on the side, and it's super hot. So we're gonna get that way we can get our cornbread going. So you want to need, for this cornbread, you're going to need 2 cups of self-rising cornmeal mix. I use the Martha White brand. It's not Jiffy or anything like that. I like self-rising cornmeal mix. That way you don't have to mix meal and flour together. You don't have to do any guesses. It's Martha White. I get mine at Walmart. I think Kroger might have it, but Martha White self-rising cornmeal mix. Okay, so there's 2 cups in there. You're going to need a cup of heavy cream. This is heavy cream now, not whole milk, okay? A cup of heavy cream. 2 large eggs, and they need to be like at room temperature. If you haven't had time to set your eggs out, put them in some warm tap water for a couple of minutes. That warms them right up to room temperature. Now it's got some really good honey in it, y'all. I've found me some good honey. I'm using the Mountain Wildflower honey. This is out of Blowing Rock, North Carolina, from Willie Brooks Farms, y'all. This is the best honey that I have had, like, just to eat. It's so good. I love honey, and that's what I'm going to be putting in this, and I'm going to drizzle some of that on it when that cornbread comes out. But I will be sharing their link if you want to check them out and pick you up some of this delicious honey. I'm going to use the Mountain Wildflower. It is so good. It's delicious, y'all. So, and you're going to need a 1/4 cup of that. So you're going to need a 1/4 cup of sugar. Now we'll be sharing this recipe. You're going to need a 1/4 cup of canola oil. This just all goes together. And a 1/4 cup of honey. Star of the show. Look how pretty that is. Ain't that pretty? It's, oh gosh, I'm telling you, it's some good stuff. Pour it right in there, and where I had that canola oil in there, look, it just comes right out. Just slides right out and doesn't make a really big mess, which is good. So you're just going to stir this together. Get it stirred just till it's all combined, okay? And I love cornbread. I'm not a big sweet cornbread person. I don't like Jiffy Mix or nothing like that. I wasn't raised on cornbread like that. I like buttermilk cornbread. Y'all see me how I make my cornbread. But I do like this cornbread. It is so good. I've had honey cornbread before, like in restaurants and things. But it's homemade. It's not like something, it's not like cake. It's still, you know you're having cornbread still, and you don't think you're having cake. Does that make sense? But this is gonna be so good with our soup today. This is good just with any kind of meal. Oh, it's so good. And all you gotta do is just mix it just until mixed. And I don't see any lumps. The eggs are good. And that's it. So it's gonna go right in this here skillet. I've had this skillet. This was my memo skillet. I've had this skillet since I got married, y'all. And it is still hot, so that's good. We'll be married 31 years, October 20th. And I've had this skillet for that long because it was my mama's. I think it's a 10-inch, maybe a 9. But it sure has made a lot of good cornbread, y'all. Okay. So It's going right in the oven at preheated oven at 400 degrees. And I let mine bake until it's good and brown. So in about 30 minutes, I'll just keep a check on it at that kind of a hot of an oven. It should all brown really good, but it's gonna be so good, y'all. So, all right, y'all get to see it when it comes out. So the honey cornbread is out of the oven. It took about 20 minutes. Just keep in mind where it's got some sugar and honey in it, it's gonna get brown quicker. But just got it out of the oven, gonna let it cool off in a minute. This fella right here is gonna sample some.
I'm anxious.
All right, got a piece here that's cooled off, and Daddy
Patiently waiting.
Yeah, he's gonna take him a bite. He's got some.
Yeah.
I made whipped honey butter the other day. He already took him a bite out of this honey here, y'all. This is really some good honey. Look at this cornbread. I got some sitting here melting. That's honey cornbread, and it is really good. What you think, Daddy?
It's fantastic.
Yeah. Now, we're not Jiffy people.
No,
We don't
I
like
don't eat Jiffy bread.
cornbread tastes like cake. This is sweet, but you still know that it's cornbread.
It's good. And that
Yeah.
whipped butter you made.
Yeah.
Have mercy.
And I did share a whipped honey butter recipe that's under my photos, under the album section called recipes. So you can check out the whipped honey butter recipe. And I will be sharing this recipe to this honey cornbread.
Wow.
Good.
It's amazing.
It's savory, but it's sweet still. It's good. Still be good with soup, chili, whatever you want.
It's
And
good.
put you some of that whipped honey butter. Drizzle some more honey on it. So check out their honey, y'all. It's organic. It just got a taste of its own. And we love honey, so. And I will be sharing the link to that. So there you go, y'all. Look at that. Good old pone of, Daddy's sticking another piece. A good old pone of honey cornbread, y'all. And it sure is good. Thank y'all for watching.
It's delicious.
Mountain Cooking with Missy, where it's nothing fancy.
Oh, just good eating.
Just good eating.
I broke it.